All right, so in this segment, we got a great fundraiser coming up. Friends of Music Alley, FOMA, Friends of Music Alley. They're a 501c3. They bring free live music to the Bridgewater area and surrounding communities every summer. And to kick off the season, they're hosting their first fundraiser event featuring medium Candace Dalton. And Candace Dalton joins us now to talk all about it. Candace, good morning and welcome.
Hi, guys. So happy to be here with you both.
Well, it's wonderful to have you and to meet you through the phone here. And thanks for joining us on the South Shores Morning News. So tell us about what you do and your expertise and what's coming up at this fundraiser.
So I don't have your typical job, but I am a medium, and I'm able to connect to the other side and bring through past loved ones. And I've had this gift my whole life, and I've been doing this full time for about 15 years now. And I was living in Los Angeles the last 7 years, and now I'm back on the East Coast where I belong. And I'm just so happy to be able to help out with Friends of Music Alley and help them raise money.
That's so cool. So you said you've been doing this for a little while. You can connect with the other side. Now, growing up, I hear this from a lot of different mediums. Growing up, they had experiences that kind of let them know that they had special powers. Let us know your experience and your journey with, figuring out that you had this ability.
Yeah, absolutely. I was really young. I was probably about 7 years old when I had a big experience after my Auntie Pam passed away. She was 30 years old when she died, and I was receiving all this information from her from the other side, and then I would tell my mom these things, and she'd be like, Candace, where are you getting this information from? You're only 7 years old. How do you know this? So I kind of kept it to myself, and about 2 years later, my mom went under surgery, and while she was under surgery, she saw her sister and her father sitting right before her.
Wow.
It was just an amazing experience, and so at that time, she called my dad's sister. My dad's one of 9 kids, and she called my aunt Maureen Hancock, which many people know Maureen Hancock.
Oh, yeah.
And started telling her about this experience, and I was listening at this time, and I said, Mom, why are you telling Auntie about seeing your dad and Auntie Pam? She said, well, Auntie's a medium. And I'm like, what's a medium? I'm 9 years old. And she was like, well, she can connect to the other side. And it was like, boom, light bulbs went off that I wasn't alone, because I thought I was just making this up in my head. I thought I had my own superpowers. So I actually suppressed the gift for a long time because I had a lot of panic about death and dying. And when I would think about it, I would go into a total tailspin. So I really shoved it into the way back of my mind. And then everything changed when I was 14 after my cousin Sean passed away. He was 19 years old.
Oh, my God.
Just the other day was 21 years since he passed over.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much. And he became a huge guiding light. And I went to cosmetology school after high school. Didn't think I was going to do, anything with college, and I still didn't. And I came out of my spiritual closet there and started reading people, and I've just been doing this full time since I was about 20 or 21 years old, and I'm 35 now.
I can imagine being a cosmetologist or, cutting people's hairs. I'm sure the voices, from being a medium is probably persistent throughout the day.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. I remember one time I was washing a woman's hair. I was an assistant at this point, and I looked at her. I'm standing over her at the wash bowl, and I said, hi, your dad's here. And she was like, what? And
oh, my God.
She jumped up out of the seat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I learned a lot of things along the way, to not just kind of come in hot and to just ease in and see how people feel about this, because not everybody is about this.
No, people do discern, Yeah,
that's true. That's true. Okay, well, Candace Dalton, and by the way, you can find out more about Candace, CANDACE, Dalton.com, and she is working with the Friends of Music Alley for this fundraiser, which is going to be Saturday, March 29th, and it's at 3 in the afternoon at the First Parish Church on School Street in Bridgewater. And then a portion of the ticket sales are going to be generated back to the Friends of Music Alley. So they're excited to work with Candace and to support local music. And that's important to you, right, Candace?
Oh, it sure is. Music is everything, and I think music helps people get through life, and especially through grief. So so I'm so happy to be able to be a part of this, and I encourage anybody to come with an open mind.
So, Candace, I have seen a famous medium. She had a TLC show. I don't want to say her name because we want to focus on you right now. But the way that her shows were set up is that, she would kind of call on somebody, start asking them questions, and then it would be revealed who this famous medium was channeling. And usually there was a very strong connection between the audience member and the medium and the person they're channeling. Do you have the same kind of format that you do with your events?
Yeah, so when I'm in front of a crowd, I will open the gates. I call it like Target on Black Friday. It's a little bit crazy in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I just let spirit guide me, but I definitely do get energetically attracted to specific people in the beginning of the event, and it kind of helps open those doors. But I let spirit lead me. I'm just the mailman dropping off all the mail, basically.
Wow.
But yeah, so it's definitely more of that way versus asking who wants to be called on. It's just who I'm guided to.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So I know we have an Eventbrite link. Is there another easy way for people that are listening this morning that say, I would like to be there. I want to support Friends of Music Alley, and I want to go see you. How do people do that, Candace? Do you know what the best way to find the information?
Absolutely. They can go to my website, CandaceDalton.com, and they can click on the event, and they will see the event for Friends of Music Alley, and they can just click there. It brings them right to Eventbrite.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
It is rather simple to find. I went to your website and just saw it.
All right, so CandaceDalton.com, and it's also up on the Friends website at BridgewaterMusicAlley.com. So check it out, get your tickets, and the event is going to be going on Saturday. That'll be, as we mentioned, March 29th at 3 in the afternoon at First Parish Church in Bridgewater. Not everyone is going to receive a reading, but Candace will do her best to reach as many people as possible, but that's how it usually is at these type of events. So we want to make sure that we get a lot of people out there so that we help out Friends of Music Alley, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. And, being a part of this and being able to help people at the same time, you can't go wrong. And I can promise you that I make it a really light experience, nothing scary. I don't tell you anything bad, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, great.
We like that. It says Candace is known for her lighthearted approach and sharp sense of humor.
Oh, that's fabulous. Well, those who are on the other side, they usually crack a couple jokes from what I've heard.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I'm like, do I really have to say that?
It's going to be a great event. Yeah.
It'll be interesting being a medium at a church. That's
totally
a first for me. So,
that is cool.
Yeah, but there's some amazing personalities come through with spirit. You'll have like the loud, crazy, obnoxious ones. Mm-hmm. You'll have the playful, flirty ones, or you'll have like the real quiet, private, reserved one. So you never know what you're going to get. But when you're in New England, you can get a whole bunch of characters. I know that for sure.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure the New England passed on spirits are very loud in the afterlife, as well as they were when they were alive. That's just who we are.
Exactly. Makes my job easier.
I know. Are there Massachusetts accents on the other side? I feel like you would not lose your accent, right?
Well, for me, like when I hear them, it's my own voice.
I gotcha.
But there are times that I will hear like a kind of a raspier voice or a really loud, like mother. But it's really interesting how they come forward, and people know when I'm like, oh God, I got the crazy, obnoxious lady here who doesn't know how to like not gossip, and they're like, yeah, we know exactly who that is.
Thank you, Candace, so much.
Candace, thanks for coming on the program today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great to have you. That is Candace Dalton, medium, and she'll be there March 29th. And again, for that fundraiser.